So we opened up our first store. We ran it. It's called Well Street Popcorn. It's still in existence. There are 3 stores today. We focused on a caramel corn, a cheese corn, and some other flavors. Very decadent, very indulgent. It's a fantastic product. People would come to our store on a daily basis, and they would say, "Best popcorn I've ever had. See you next month." And so it was kind of a fun thing to hear, and at the same time, boy, see you next month. How's that going to work? My partner, her name's Pam Netsky. Pam and I started to think about how can we get the people into the store more frequently. So we started experimenting with better for you oils and seasonings and different kernels. And when we finally came up with what is now Skinny Pop, we looked at each other immediately and said, you know what, this is not going to be the better for you option in our retail store. Let's figure out a way to put this in a bag. We'll come up with some name, and we'll start selling it to the grocery stores. The great pivot, I would call it, happened in early 2010. We were in the midst of running the Well Street Popcorn business. That's when we cracked the code on what is now Skinny Pop. And then it takes some time once you have the idea. Even if we were ready to go with the product, you needed to hire someone to put together the package, the graphic design. Just the lead time for the packaging was about 10 to 12 weeks. Once we had it all done and ordered and we were ready to start selling Skinny Pop. Anyway, one day, it was in August of 2010, the packages came in. There were these pre-made bags. 25,000 bags came in. That was the minimum order that we could do. We had no idea if this was going to work. We just started, we had one popper, we had one hand sealer, we had 25,000 bags. Let's figure out if we can make this work. Ultimately, we got some really great offers from some really top-notch private equity firms, and the hardest thing that we did in this whole process probably was saying no to them. Say no to the venture capital guys or private equity guys as long as you can, because as soon as you take $1 from them, you all of a sudden have a job. And that was the thing Pam and I used to say, as soon as we take $1, all the fun is gone now. We've got a job, we're no longer running our own show, we've got to start reporting to someone else. So we were in a fortunate situation because it was a profitable business. We didn't need to take anybody's money. It's just been a super fun experience with no one promising me any of this great stuff that happened. And people, we've gotten a lot of flack over the years from especially our friends, overnight success story. But the reality is, we started this in 2007. We had 3 years of literally, having to eat popcorn, otherwise there's nothing else to eat. And there were no promises at the end. We worked crazy hard. We were lucky that, listen, we created our own luck, but we were very fortunate that we kind of focused on a niche that was underdeveloped. And we ended up creating a great brand that's really done nothing but distance ourselves from the competition since the very beginning.